Hi guys, so today I am really excited because I'm doing a video with Revlon and they asked me to test out all of their Colorstay products to see if they last all day through the craziest things. So I was brainstorming and I asked you guys what's something crazy that I could do to see if the Revlon Colorstay products last all day with no touch-ups. And all of you guys gave me such great ideas, but the problem is I'm pregnant. So a lot of the great ideas I couldn't actually do, like hot yoga was one of them, hot tubbing and things like that. And so I decided to just do Thanksgiving with cooking and eating and napping and everything that comes with Thanksgiving. I was going to test out all these products to see if they actually work. And they had one rule for me, and that was 0 touch-ups. I can't do any touch-ups. So I'm going to show you guys the products that I decided to use today and see if they actually work. So the first product I'm using is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream Makeup, and this is in the color Sand Beige. And I was really excited to try this out. They also sent me the Colorstay line, the taller bottles, but I already know those last a really long time, so I really wanted to see if these were going to last all day. So for concealer, I'm using the Revlon Colorstay Concealer in Fair Clair, and this is the lightest concealer that they have, and I just used it under my eyes and on my blemishes because I'm breaking out like crazy right now. And then for powder, I'm using the Revlon Colorstay powder, and this is in Fair Clair as well. And this is a little light for my skin tone, but I feel like it actually works pretty well, and so that's what I'm using for my powder. For bronzer, I'm actually using the Revlon Photoready Bronzed and Chic Bronzer, and this is just a 4-color bronzer. It's very pigmented. I actually really am enjoying using this. So that's what I used for my bronzer. They actually didn't give me a blush, so I'm actually using a blush from another brand, but this is what I used for the contour areas. For my eyeshadow, they sent me all of their quads, and the one that I chose is the quad in Moonlit, and this is just a nice neutral quad with a taupe, a gunmetal color, a champagne color, and then a white color. And I used all 4 of these shades on my eyes just to kind of do a subtle smoky eye. So we will see how those last. For mascara, I'm using the Revlon Colorstay Overtime Mascara. I just want to see if it kind of flakes under my eyes a little bit and see if it doesn't kind of like smudge. So I'm really excited to see how this lasts. For eyeliner, I'm using the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Eye Pen, and this is just a felt tip eyeliner. It's really dark black, so I'm really liking this so far. So we'll see if it smudges or anything throughout the day. For my waterline eyeliner, this is the one product that I'm actually really interested to see if it lasts all day, because I have a really big problem with getting eyeliner in the corner of my eyes throughout the day, and I always have to wipe it because I have like these weird folds in the corner of my eyes. So I'm really excited to see if this will actually stay put and not get into the corners of my eyes. And this is the Revlon Colorstay eyeliner, and it's just in black, and it's a twist-up eyeliner. So hopefully that one works out for me. And then last but not least, we have lipstick, and I decided to go with something really bright and really noticeable because we're going to be eating a lot today. So we'll see if this lipstick lasts through eating. And this is called Trendsetter, and it's the Revlon Colorstay Ultimate Suede lipsticks. And I actually did 2 coats of this, so just to make sure it's really bold and stays all day. So we'll see if this works. And yeah, so that is it for the products I'm using on my face, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking and eating and hanging out with my family and probably napping too. So if you guys want to see how these products last, just keep watching. Bye! So I'm going to go over the Revlon Colorstay products that I used over Thanksgiving, and I'm actually doing this a couple days later because I wasn't going to be able to film it that night because the lighting was really bad, and I just figured if I write notes about all the products and let you guys know a couple days later, it would be better quality and things like that. So I hope you guys understand. But I was really pleased with the makeup for the most part. There's a few products that didn't last all day, but for the most part, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, the products lasted a really long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my notes and
all right here. So first things first is the foundation, and I'm sure you guys are all curious about this foundation, and I'll just read what I put on my notes. It says, foundation, stayed matte all day but started coming off just on the nose. And all in all, I said it was a good foundation. Now the reason why it came off on the nose was because I have a really bad cold. So I was blowing my nose a lot that day, so just around the nose area is where it came off, but I was so pleasantly surprised with how matte that I stayed all day. And just so you guys know, I had this makeup on for 12 hours, from like 10 in the morning to 10 at night. So for being matte all day, I was extremely surprised. And as you guys know, I am breaking out right in this area. And actually, they stayed covered pretty well. The main pimple that I had right in the middle of my chin actually became uncovered by the end of the day. But for the most part, I was still really, really happy with it because I feel like it stayed on my face all day and stayed matte. So I would no doubt about it buy this foundation again, and I'm definitely going to start using this foundation on a daily basis because I was so surprised by the lasting power of it. So definitely a good foundation. Alright, so for the Revlon Colorstay Concealer, I'm actually really surprised by this as well. I ended up really liking it. The only thing I noticed was by the end of the day, I had a little bit of the concealer in the creases under my eyes right here, but it wasn't horrible. Like, it was one of those things where it didn't happen until the very, very end of the day. Like, most of the day, it was fine. So I didn't have too much of the creasing there, but it did happen a little bit by the end of the day. And I also wouldn't recommend this for covering up blemishes because I didn't feel like the coverage was like strong enough for blemishes, but definitely for under the eyes it was great. And if you're a fair toned person and you really want to find a good highlighting concealer under the eyes, this is a good one because it is very light, and this is one that I've actually found that highlights a little bit under my eyes because my skin is so light. Okay, so for the powder, I use the Revlon Colorstay powder, and it looks like this, and it comes with a little sponge as well. And this, I just said it was good. That's all I said. To me, to be honest with you guys, I'm really not too picky when it comes to powders. It's kind of like a powder is a powder is a powder, in my opinion. I don't really ever notice too much of a difference between powders. I feel like a lot of times, if you're going to notice whether a powder is good or bad, it kind of depends on the foundation that you're putting it over. But I mean, this did mattify my face. It looked really good. I actually really like this for under my eye area because it is a lighter toned powder. So I just put it under my eyes over the highlighting concealer, and I thought it looked really good. I would definitely continue to use this. I didn't have any problems with it. Like I said, I'm not really too picky about powders. So, alright, next is the Revlon Colorstay Bronzer, and this is in Bronzed and Chic. And I was actually really surprised with this bronzer right off the bat because it's so pigmented, you guys. Especially if you have fair skin, you have to use it very light-handedly because it is so pigmented. But it's a really pretty color. I actually have it on my face today, and I really, really like it. Let's see, what did I write for this? I said, stayed on all day, and I had 0 problems. So it was a good bronzer overall. Now, I want to make sure I'm... state this. This may have stayed on so well because of the foundation. The foundation, like I said, stayed super matte all day, literally all day. So this may have stayed on so well because of the foundation that I put it over. If you put this over a foundation that doesn't last, then you may have not had the same outcome. So this paired with the foundation, the 24-hour foundation, was amazing, and it did last all day. Also, my blush lasted all day, which was actually a different brand of blush. So I think it kind of had to do with the foundation that I put the products over, but for the most part this lasted all day and I was really, really pleased. Alright, next is the Revlon Colorstay Quad, and this one is in Moonlit, and I was actually really happy with these as well. The only place that I noticed a little bit of fadage was the color on my eyelid. For some reason that faded, but the colors in the crease and in the outer V didn't fade really at all. It was just the color on the eyelid. And I didn't also have any creasing either, so that was really good. Another thing that I noticed about this was it wasn't the most pigmented of shades. However, it may just be the palette. They sent me all of their quads, and I'm really interested to try those because I would like to see if maybe some of the other shades are more pigmented. For the most part, I like this. Next is the Revlon Colorstay Overtime Mascara, and I was really happy with this as far as how it applied and how it made my eyelashes look, but I did notice a little bit of flaking under my eyes. It wasn't horrible because I've had mascaras that really do it like really bad. This I think just maybe had about 4 little flakes under each eye, so it wasn't terrible, but it was still a little bit there. But my eyelashes did stay really curled with this because what I usually do is I'll curl my lashes, apply mascara, let the mascara dry completely, and then curl my eyelashes again, and it stayed really, really well. So really good curl lasting power. And then another thing I noticed is it was hard to get off with eye makeup remover. I took it off with eye makeup remover, then I got in the shower, and I could still kind of feel it on my eyelashes, so it's one of those mascaras that's kind of hard to get off. Alright, so now for the eyeliners. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Eye Pen, and this is the one with the felt tip top, so you can see. And I actually was really pleased with this with the color because it was so dark black. It was extremely dark black. However, the tip is a little bit too fat for me. I like really thin tips for liquid eyeliners. I just feel like they're a lot easier for me to use. So that was something that I was a little disappointed with. But the lasting power was really good. I actually really liked how it lasted. But I did do a test at the very end of the day. I'm not one person to like wipe my eyes or anything, so I never really deal with like smudging, but I really wanted to test it out on my eyes at the end of the day, and I kind of went like this on the wing to see if it would smudge, and I did have a little bit of smudging. So if you're one of those people that do rub your eyes a lot, which if you wear a lot of makeup a lot, then usually you don't rub your eyes, but it did have just a little tiny bit of fading and a little bit of smudging when I did that. Alright, next is the Revlon Colorstay Eyeliner Crayon, and this is the twist up kind, and I just put this in my waterline, and this lasted almost all day. It was really good all day, and then it was like the last couple of hours when I started getting really tired because, like I said, I am really sick. So by the time like 10 o'clock rolled around and 9 o'clock, I was starting to get really tired. And when I get tired, I tend to get some fallout right here in the inner corners, and it starts to smudge right here in the outer corners. And I did have that problem at the end of the night. However, I would still purchase this because it lasted for pretty much the whole entire day, just not those last couple of hours. And it also lasted in the waterline. Like when I looked in the mirror, it still looked like it was in my waterline still. It had just fallen just a little bit below in the inner and outer corners. So I would still wear this. I actually am wearing it today because I was happy with the lasting power for most of the day, but it was just that last couple of hours. So, and last but not least is the lipstick. And this is one that I was the most pleased with. And one thing that I have to say when applying this lipstick, by the way, this is in Trendsetter, is exfoliating your lips before you put it on, because if you don't, these kind of lipsticks that last all day tend to be very drying because they dry on your lips so they won't go anywhere. So if you don't exfoliate your lips, a lot of times your lips can get really flaky. So I made sure to exfoliate first, and then I applied the 2 coats. And then don't put any lip gloss over the top, because I actually, to be honest with you guys, I used this the day before and I put lip gloss over it because I was like, oh, I don't want it to be drying, you know, and it wasn't the day of the testing or whatever, so I just put some lip gloss over it, and it definitely did not last as long with gloss over the top. So if you're gonna wear these for a really long period of time, I would definitely say no gloss, but this lasted almost all day. I'm not even kidding. After eating and eating dessert and everything that I was doing, this lasted almost all day. The only place that it was kind of coming off was in the inner corners of my lips, which was really surprising to me, and even my dad was like, I can't believe your lipstick is still on. So I was really pleased with this. I mean, no lipstick is going to be perfect if you wear it for 12 hours, but for the most part, if you guys watch the vlog of my Thanksgiving day, which I'll put the link to my vlog of that day in the lower bar if you guys really want to see how the makeup lasted, you'll see when Elena is sleeping in my lap that my lipstick was still pretty much completely on. So I was really pleased with this, and Travis was too, because I kissed him and it didn't even transfer onto his face at all, so he was really happy about that. So that is it for my reviews of these Revlon Colorstay products. As you can tell, I was pretty happy with most of the products. I just had a few problems with some of them, but I still have been using them. Even after Thanksgiving, I've worn them just because I was so happy with most of the lasting power. If I could repurchase these, I would probably repurchase everything except for the mascara, except for the liquid eyeliner, and probably I want to test out more of the eyeshadows before I make that call, but other than that, I would repurchase all of the other products. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I want to thank Revlon for sending me their products to try, and I hope this was kind of fun and interesting. I thought it was a really cool concept for a video, and that's why I accepted to do it. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and like I said, don't forget to check out the vlog of that day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!